Christopher Rentschler. Pardon me if I mispronounce names. I used to be a teacher, so I know how terrible it is to mispronounce names and have people scream at me. You know who you are, Michele. Any tips on competitions on the homebrew level? Yeah, in a nutshell, I loved competing on a homebrew level, and actually it was my success on the homebrew side, on the competition side, that was my foot in the door for my first pro brewing gig. First of all, taste the beer before you enter a competition and enter what it tastes like as opposed to what you want it to be. If you made a stout and it's a porter, don't be dumb and put it in as a stout, okay? Be honest with yourself, be real, and actually enter it what it tastes like. If you are going to be entering a beer that has an adjunct in it, whether it be coconut, chocolate, this, that, or the other thing. Dude, if you can't taste it, don't put it in there, all right? Unless it's like an allergy thing, okay? You don't need to put every single thing in there. If you're putting chocolate in a stout, and that like you use cocoa powder in a stout, and then you're drinking the stout and you're like, dude, you can't even tell there's cocoa powder in here. Just freaking enter it as a stout. Don't enter it as a specialty stout with cocoa powder, okay? Because people aren't gonna taste it and you're just gonna be done. A couple other things. The visual on your beer is important. If your beer's supposed to be clear, make it baller ass clear, okay? You want this gorgeous beer in front of somebody, because those homebrew comps are usually judged on a 50-point scale. So when you put that super clear, you know, yellow Pilsner in front of somebody with that frothy, you know, meringue-like foam on top, that white foam, and dude, you can read the newspaper through it. It's still a 50-point beer at that point, just off first glance. The other thing though is, if you put that beer in front of them with some sad, weak little head, or with some haze on that beer, dude, you already shot yourself in the foot. They're already gonna taste things that aren't there. It could be crisp, it could be gorgeous, it could be clean, but that haze in there, that you're already taking big points off the top. So I know visual isn't the biggest thing when it comes, the most important thing when it comes to a beer. I like to see it as you're still giving yourself a shot for 50 points, even though you should probably never even get 50 points. Make a lot of different beer styles. If you don't know how to make a beer, if you've not made a beer style before, dude, bust out Brewing Classic Styles, Jamil Zainasheff, John Palmer, baller book. That's all I brewed with when I was a home brewer. And you eventually end up learning your ingredients and then being able to back build things. If you take a classic style, you probably would want to negate like some of the IPA and maybe some of the sour stuff in there, just for how things have modernized. But really anything else, you brew one of those recipes, dude, and you're going to be right there. You might want to tweak something up or down a little bit, but you're going to be right in the range. Don't have a sexy setup. Spend more money on fermentation control than being clean. Big healthy yeast, so make yeast starters. Control your fermentation temperature. Yeah, be clean as hell. Don't worry about having, you know, some sexy sculpture or whatever. I've seen a lot of awesome looking brew rigs that a lot of bad beer comes out of. I've seen some pretty janky brew rigs that's some baller beer comes out of. So, yeah. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.